Alright guys, PacOpinion here with the PacOpinion, and today I'm doing something I think is long overdue. This is a topic that many people have debated, and I think it deserves some recognition. Are there too many Batman characters? Well, to me it depends on what they're doing with the story. If the story requires this person to at least be involved, then I can accept them using that character. For example, Nightwing has deep ties to Batman, so I can accept him being in there. Also, if they do something with the fact that Cyborg seems to be on the other side as Nightwing, they can have, like a Teen Titans split apart type of thing where they've known each other and there can be conflict there. I can accept that. Joker needs to be there. I think you can't just put Batman in and not put in the Joker. Harley Quinn's kind of a gray area though. She has a huge fan following, I can understand that. Has she really done anything of significance to warrant her being in the game? That is really all opinion based, but I think she could have been left out and I wouldn't have been upset. I can understand them putting her in, and I'm okay with it. So Catwoman, she actually does a good job of being the gray area in this conflict. If we're assuming that, once again, the plot leak is true, I'm sorry if I keep bringing this up, then Catwoman has always been in that gray area. Is she a hero? Is she a villain? And that kind of feels like it really works with the plot that this game is setting up, of what if our greatest heroes became our greatest threats? And since she's always been in that gray area, she already kind of has that kind of mentality. But a lot of people keep suggesting Batman characters, and I like Batman characters, don't get me wrong. I enjoy pretty much every Batman character except maybe a couple, but there's a point where you gotta draw the line at some characters. Poison Ivy, for example. Poison Ivy's a great character and could be really fun in this game. It's just, what significance does she have? She's a cool character and all, but what plot point could she be used for that really would, make sense? This is also a case of people saying, well, it looks like she's in the background, so that must mean she's confirmed. Well, in Mortal Kombat 9, there were characters in the background that didn't make it in the game. Some people point at Kenshi and say, well, he was in the background, and, Scarlet as well, but they were DLC characters. And if it's a Batman DLC character, fine, I don't mind that. But there's just a line that needs to be drawn at some of these character announcements. Now, if you know me, I'm a Red Hood fan, and while I do think it'd be awesome for Red Hood, I kind of wonder if he should be left out. Now, people argue that he's not necessarily a Batman character anymore. That's where his roots were, but now he has his own team and his own book, and he's his own character now. I can respect that, and if that's your opinion, cool. I still do think, though, he's pretty much part of the Batman mythos. And I think that if you could find a way to make him interesting, because he's also in that gray area as Catwoman. He started off when he came back as somewhat of a villain. He wasn't necessarily an anti-hero because he was doing illegal things, but it was to stop even more illegal things. So, once again, I think if he is put in, he could be a good gray area spot. But that would make people angry because more people shout too many Batman characters. So, what do I think? Do I think there's too many right now? Well, at the moment, I believe there's only 5. Not counting Solomon Grundy, of course, because as many people will say, well, Solomon Grundy's Batman. Well, Solomon Grundy was in Arkham City, and that's a good point, but he did not start off as a Batman character, and he's not really one now. So, I'm going to say Solomon Grundy does not count. So, how many do we have so far? We have Joker, Batman, Nightwing, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman. So that's 5. So I think 5 is a solid number for this, and a lot of people say that's too many. I can understand that because people want a wide range. And because there's 24 slots so far, there could be more, there could be less, a lot of people want more characters in. So it's my thought that if they do add maybe just one more, if the reason for putting that character in is good, and not just because fun gameplay, I want them to make sense for the story. So I'm of course going to point at Red Hood because I like that character, but that's only because I think he'd be a good moral gray area. Characters like, say, Mr. Freeze or Poison Ivy, I think that they really don't have that much significance. They're just kind of villains, and they haven't really done anything of significance to warrant them being in here. But that's just my opinion. If you agree or disagree, leave your comments below, and see ya.